that is hard engage. Where's the go button on EG, right? It's Aatrox running forward with the Yuumi on him or something. You know, like there's no hard engage.
Right.
There's no way to guarantee the fight. You know, Nautilus can even just use his ultimate as a disengage at that point. And if you do not have a way to actually force these fights out, 100 Thieves will sit back, they will poke you out, and then once you are low on health, they will look for that hard engage. So EG is going to have to be pretty creative in how they find engages, either with flanks and, you know, a TP coming in from Kumo and a package used by Jiizuke, things like this, or they're just going to have to straight up slam their lanes and be the ones that are first to that objective. Because if 100 Thieves gets to play, you know, their style of game, I do think that their comp has a heavy advantage.
You can see it happening, right? They seem like they're going to be coming out strong. I'm sure everybody's hungry. Maybe we'll kind of get the timid flutters being pushed out, but they're not on a stage, right? They're at home. It's going to be very interesting to see how they play this one out. Now we're going to be taking a quick break for competitive integrity, and then I believe we'll be back to get this game underway with myself and Azael. The summer split has started.
Go.
Do not go anywhere. There's no commercial then. I have just been informed we never have to leave. So you shouldn't go anywhere.
Oh,
come back.
Okay.
Sit down. sit down.
I was like, wow, this is staying on us for a long time for a toss.
I told you to bail. You don't have to bail. Get back here. We're getting into game right now. Summer Split's underway. The Rift is ready. Look at that. Beautiful job. The lines look good. Whoever was out there taking care of the foliage, fantastic job. And thanks for bearing with us for that short non-commercial break. We're on the Rift, Azael, and it's about to be 100 Thieves versus EG to start off the 2020 Summer Split.
Even better, the waiting is all over. We're into the game, and it's looking like it's getting spicy already. Looks like we had a little bit of a level 1 move that they were trying to go for here. You know, anytime you do have that Olaf plus the Nautilus that is, you know, such a strong level 1 as far as catch, if you can tag someone with an axe, sometimes you can get a summoner out or even get a kill. So they want to try to play this pretty aggressively. You know, 100 Thieves already tried to invade on that top side and now are looking down towards this blue buff. You can also see that Ssumday is actually posted up by the entrance to their blue buff. So, you know, they want to not only steal away the blue, but they want to potentially deny Svenskeren from stealing away their blue and maybe look towards a 3-buff start here for Meteos.
I like the fact that 100 Thieves is trying to start off
late invade.
Their own little trickery. Hopefully they don't fall behind too much by trying this. They're going to keep themselves moving in here. And it looks like they're going to go unnoticed for now. Whoops. Be fine. As long as nobody finds Cody Sun all by himself. Lanes will not be seen right away towards bot, and they may be able to figure out what's going on here on the side of either.
Yeah, and the reason they go for that late of an invade, they waited till the buff spawned, is they were hoping that EG was actually starting on that buff themselves. They were not. You can see Svenskeren is running right towards that blue buff. He anticipated that this move was going to be coming, so he is going buff straight to buff to stop any potential 3-buff play. And because he is playing Kindred and he can actually just hop straight over the wall, he actually avoided both of those wards, the ward in the Pixel Brush in the river as well as that ward up by the top lane. Neither one of them spotted him. So, you know, whether or not Meteos assumes this is going to happen is another question, but they don't have that solid information. They can't guarantee exactly where Kindred has gone, and there is the possibility that Meteos may assume my blue buff is still there to grab.
That's a very good point. Maybe the wards need to be placed a little differently, knowing there is the option to hop over terrain. Meteos being seen on the way out now, so they know he did stay on that bottom side of the jungle. A little bit more info over to Svenskeren as Kumo and Ssumday trade on the top side of the map, and this should go back and forth a little bit until we get some jungler intervention. This looks like Svenskeren's going to make his way out quite safely in this endeavor and have the top side of his jungle to go at.
I mean, he got the full 3-camp clear, so it is just going to be an even trade. You know, a lot of times in these counter jungle starts where you do have a leash and your opponent doesn't, you know, Meteos had that leash, so he's going to be clearing a little bit more quickly. But oftentimes, you know, the Kindred wouldn't have the confidence to actually stay around for that full 3-camp clear. In this case, Svenskeren did. So he is going to be dead even on camps. And now for him, he's just hoping that his mark will spawn on the top side. It actually does spawn on the bottom. So he will not be rewarded with that first free mark. And, you know, if you're not familiar with Kindred or need a bit of a refresher, it really is the 4th that you are looking for as we see that engage down the bottom
side. Bit of a grab on Bang. That's a lot of damage coming through as he's down to 200 HP. Summoners on the bot side are barrier used, and just to heal from the Yuumi. Summoner heal still up there if they try to go hard. Ignite away from Stunt as Svenskeren is just biting at the heels of Ssumday on the top side of the map. And they try to get things started. This is going to help Kumo. And the bot side's going to get pressured here by Meteos. Azael, I don't know if they're going to let him out alive. Meteos has a lot of work ahead of him because he's going to try this. Already, they have Ryoma coming down as well onto this. It looks like he's going to stop halfway, though, as they maybe, I don't know, fully commit, not. Communication's half there. They're going to peel off for now and just go for this plate that should be the option.
Yeah, I think as soon as they saw Ryoma missing, they actually were tipped off. They say, okay, Zoe's moving too. They actually are going to commit to this dive, and that is why Bang and Zeyzal were so quick to back off. They're saying, all right, well, we have to give up some of the farm, but you will prevent any potential dive from coming through there. So I think that was really well played on the EG side. And as kind of that backup plan, we'll see Meteos right back into the jungle, taking the wolves away. He's going to try to farm up this Grom too. You know, just trying to steal away as much as he possibly can from Svenskeren.
The vertical jungling begin. He's just staying on this side, basically. I think Sven's going to try to do a little peekaboo here on the bot side of the map and figure out what's going on. Get a few wards in. He's going to say, okay, this is gone. That probably means the bottom half is gone, or at least know what's happening here. He did make himself present top. Why we saw Meteos get so much in the jungle. Press the attack Kindred versus the Conqueror Meteos. Really looking to find Meteos somewhere and maybe pop him for some damage and really make his jungle life a little bit harder. Even though Olaf doesn't do much. Roaming around with Stunt, though. They almost call Svenskeren on his roam.
Yeah, and you know, I do think that the re-invade there was actually really smart from Meteos. Once they saw that the dive wasn't going to work, he did steal away those camps, and this is something that Svenskeren likely cannot match, right? You know, this is not where he is going to have parity by stealing away the wolves and the Grom. Meteos should be able to get something extra here. You know, even if Svenskeren is to go over right now and take those camps, then Meteos is getting the advantage of taking this dragon. So, you know, Meteos with some nice pathing, he is actually going towards the warrior, so this is not going to be tank Olaf, which is honestly what we saw a lot more of in the LCS, but, you know, warrior Black Cleaver can be very popular, you know, and especially when you are playing a comp with multiple tanks, you know, as they are here. They have the Ornn, they have the Nautilus. Sometimes your consistent damage can be a little bit lower, and this can really slot in well and kind of shore up some of that missing damage.
And I think he's feeling like everybody on the other side is not going to have anything to deal with that warrior damage too, so he's excited to get that item completion in. Jiizuke and Ryoma, a little back and forth as the minions trip them up as they try to get a fight in the mid lane. 52-48. He did enough PS there and keep it even as another hook comes through. Stunt getting the second one we've seen here. They've been in action. Quick Infernum back as they get the Gravitum lockdown. Stunt could be in danger as they pull Meteos in for the bait, but good fight from EG keeps them in a position to keep this aggression going, and now we're going to have to see how they continue to play it. Meteos stays. Ryoma has pressure on mid, so maybe they know that they can go for something
Power
else
shots,
across
though.
the map. Yeah, a few too close as he gets in there with the ultimate and finds himself taking the aggro.
Yeah, he's got to be pretty careful about that. It was a nice little bit of poke down on Jiizuke, but when you're ulting from tower range back to tower range, it's going to be a couple hits that do come through. Jiizuke is forced back to base, though, so you know, not too bad for Ryoma. He had already base, though, and I believe used health ward, so yeah, I mean, now he's in a little bit of trouble because he's actually going to have a pretty poor base off that. You know, he TP'd back to lane, gets poked out, Jiizuke uses his TP, and now Jiizuke is going to be able to deny farm from Ryoma because he's not going to be able to get back to lane in time, right? And that is a little bit of an issue there. And, you know, down on that bot side, we did get to see kind of that power of Yuumi plus Aphelios. If you fail your initial engage, if you do not land enough damage to really kind of threaten the all-in, then they will return so much damage on the way out. And that's kind of what we saw happen to Stunt. You know, when Cody Sun wasn't really right there with him as Stunt went in and missed his Q, then you can't really follow up on that any longer. And you're going to get slowed down by Yuumi, you're going to get chased down by Aphelios, and they can put out some really nasty damage.
And they're being super patient with the summoners. Barrier's still up. Heal is still up for the Yuumi. Zeyzal hasn't used that in the engages yet, so I think they're barrier first into heal and even working that in this composition for themselves. So pushed off there, and they just continue to farm the lane. Meteos goes for his red again, and we may see him back to lane. Now we're going to see Kumo with his first roam to get some wards down as EG's trying to move their pressure around the map, feeling like something may happen soon, and the package in Jiizuke's hands. I always remember that interview Jiizuke did where he says, you know, people are just playing so safe. They're not as aggressive. I think that's why I get caught so much, because it's like I, you know, baited into a fight where they're so safe. You seem to figure out how to still make that work, which I love, and that's kind of what we were talking about earlier, where his solo kills are high, but the solo deaths are high. He was delivering in the end, though. Kind of what you want.
Yeah, exactly. Well, now he's just going to package straight in there on a Meteos.
Straight into it. Meteos is going to get taken down. The red buff comes through very nicely on that, and that's a kill for Jiizuke. As we say it, he pulls the trigger right in front of the team of 100 Thieves and picks their pockets. Rift Herald going over to Svenskeren as well.
Yeah, very nice there. Jiizuke just going straight in, had the support of the team. It was 100 Thieves, you know, kind of making that first move with Stunt going up, trying to take away that Rift Herald. But, you know, the opportunity was there. Svenskeren is in the area. You could see up on that top side, Aatrox did have the push. So they make the call to just go straight in. The sleep misses, and now Jiizuke feels like this is his time. Kumo is roaming down. He drops that package right across the exit path for Meteos. So Meteos just got burned down by that package burn plus the corrupting potion. And a nice kill is picked up from Jiizuke. He gets double buffs off that. They get the Rift Herald off that, and potentially could open up a fairly big lead.
He's just been waiting to get back on stage. It's been in the whole time. There's no being tempered for him. He goes all out, takes the gold lead on that one as we see the chart come up. And substantially quite a bit over what would be EG members right now. Cody Sun even blowing him.
Yeah, I mean, and Jiizuke's even doing the scaling build, right? It's not as though he went for an early power spike like a Sheen. You know, he was going for that tier build, and this is going to be a tier presence of mind build. We had been seeing this, you know, out of COrkis, out of Dravens, and where you get so much mana, but the engage coming through, Svenskeren's here.
They know he's been wanting the hook, so they give him one with Svenskeren just behind. Final chapter comes out, and Sven's going to have to turn now. Meteos and Ryoma here. How far can the Petal Star go is the question. The minion wave is here, and it's going to be a big blocker. Ryoma just pulls off. Says, I cannot do too much for you. Don't go too deep. Good communication, and an attempt here from 100 Thieves to go in.
It's another good disengage, though, by EG. You know, they have this really defensive summoner setup. They have the heal, the exhaust, the barrier, everything working for them in that regard. And every time Ryoma is leaving lane, they are calling that out. They are backing off. And, you know, this time, it's more farm lost again. It's Jiizuke taking a tower play, almost getting that second. It's one hit from the second. But 100 Thieves looking for more plays.
Svenskeren getting caught out. 100 Thieves really going to boon off, get a big one off of this. Wait, Lamb's Spike goes down. He's still alive. Can he get over the wall, though, to get himself some help? He gets taken down by Cody Sun quickly in the end of the fight. 1-for-1 on jungler status there, and we'll see if they can come back up. Teleports have really been used across the map for some of these fights. Kumo's about to come up, but teams are not holding back right now as they come up with some of their core items, and they want to get testing.
Yeah, they are looking to get pretty aggressive here. You know, despite the fact that 100 Thieves is playing this poke-comp, they do have a lot of engage. They have the early power of the Olaf, and I think that is really what they are trying to get something out of so far. You know, they are trying to play in their opponent's face and get the most out of this Olaf before it does start to fall off, because Olaf, especially going for this damage build against 3 marksmen later on in the game, you know, you pop your ult, you are reducing your kind of tankiness, and you're charging in to 3 marksmen who are just going to shred you. So Meteos wants to get stuff done now, and they have caught Svenskeren. He has no ult.
Stunt just walking through like an absolute unit. They're going to go into EG. 2 members down right away as 100 Thieves owns the jungle. Literally walking up, shaking hands with the side of Evil Geniuses, and they will find 2 members down. We're now 3-2 in kills. No turrets yet. We're 12.5 minutes in, and it has just been a brawl on the rim.
Yeah, 100 Thieves going to take the gold lead there. They grab their second dragon. It will be that Ocean Soul that is going to be spawning for this game. So that would be huge for this poke comp. It would make it so damn hard for EG if they can work towards that. Ssumday here scrapping up on that top side with Kumo, who is trying to take away this blue buff, but Ryoma is on the roam, so Kumo's got to be a little careful. He gets it, though.
Gonna make his way out. 100 Thieves playing a little proxy on this bot side of the map. Bang, throwing out the ultimate. Graviton locked down with final chapter. They're trying to hold him in place for the teleport, but was this too telegraphed? Stunt's going to try to get out of this one. Flash is down for him as he just used it, so he will be a casualty of this fight. But I don't know if it's going to be much more. Going on to Bang was huge. He's down in CS from the fights that have been happening in the bot lane and all the aggression of 100 Thieves, so that's great for EG to pick something up there.
Yeah, looking really good off that. I mean, Kumo has just been kind of in this farm lane against Ssumday, but he is the one who is up 20 CS. He is the one who is TPing down to the bottom lane, and Ssumday now trying to tag Svenskeren, can't do it. And it looks like that will just diffuse the situation as Ryoma's TPing down the bot side.
Everywhere. Not much they can do here. It looks like Meteos goes down, and EG is now pushing into the jungle. 100 Thieves was going in and going in. EG knows they still have power. They still have spike points to hit here. Kumo's going to be throwing down the Darkened Blade, but that one misses, so nobody gets knocked up as Jiizuke velks out. Bang just on the other side, trying to hit a Calibrum shot. There's another one. Infernal Chain onto Ssumday, but it's going to be the catch onto Kumo. And they get out of this one alive. So much touch and go right now. The heal coming in from the Zoomies. Oh, but he dives back into another shot. Just when you try to keep him alive, the support life. And Zeyzal is feeling it. The hook just missing on that one, too. Azael, this is just not ending. They're going to go through the batting order again and get more out of the base to come back through. Sleepy Trouble Bubble over the wall, but it's going to be a rocket that misses and just hits a bit of the big one there. The splash damage isn't enough to make the fight turn the tide. Either way, Bang still with Calibrum shots from over the shoulder all the way down there on Tribrush. But this one's finally going to fizzle out. 100 Thieves gets their bot lane back in order, and they're going to start pushing this wave.
Yeah, they are going to start pushing this out, but you're already seeing the power of this COrki plus Yuumi combo. Jiizuke is not exactly at a strong part of the game as far as his itemization is concerned, and he is really having that confidence to get aggressive. You know, when you do pair up with the Yuumi, yes, it is more of a poke combo on the 100 Thieves side, but COrki plus Yuumi can be a nasty poke combo in and of itself. Here, Meteos did spot that Kumo was there, but still felt like, hey, I can push for this. Cody Sun is making the rotation, but he gets tagged up, perhaps didn't expect Yuumi to be there also, and with the arrival of that Yuumi, they couldn't actually push in further for it. Ryoma, though, roaming down from the mid lane, the sleep gets flashed. Jiizuke is roaming down here too, packaging in, looking to get aggressive, and the fight looked like was going to diffuse a bit here, but the heals are coming out from the Yuumi. They feel confident to go back in. It's a good hook, though, from Stunt that was able to set them up for the last little bit of damage as Ryoma went over the top. It looked like procced that last auto out of his ultimate to knock him down. And here again, this is kind of Jiizuke dodging out, playing this very intelligently. If you get tagged by that hook, they can kind of just jump on you and take you down, but is able to Valk out of it, and really has been playing very well as another TP coming down to the spot side. They're looking for Cody.
Good wards, though. Jiizuke's coming in. Jean is finished up here. Should be a lot of damage. Puts his Gatling gun right on top of Cody Sun, but the minions are going to do a bit of work here. And Cody Sun says, bring it on. Let's go. Two fight the champions that should actually be pretty decent at fighting there, but with COrki up close and the Gatling, Cody Sun should have been shredded, so well played there. Flash was used, and Flash teleport used for Jiizuke.
Yeah, Cody does get the additional summoner in the end. The ult flash looking pretty fancy from Cody. It kind of looked funny because the ultimate animation looked as though he was going to be shooting it out the wrong way, but it still came from that original point where he flashes from. So did tag Jiizuke with it, and that does diffuse. 100 Thieves are able to grab what is actually the first turret of the game. Almost 17 minutes in, both teams have been able to defend these turrets very, very well. And we are nearly dead even at this point in the game. Only a couple hundred gold actually separating these two squads. The main advantage, though, is the dragons. And 100 Thieves have got to continue to snowball these dragons. They are looking for soul. They are looking to have that. And if you can grab that with your poke comp, it's going to become incredibly difficult for EG. And likewise, if EG is able to grab Ocean Soul, they're going to shrug off most of the damage that is going to be done here by the Ezreal, by the Zoe, and it's going to become nearly impossible, it feels like, for whichever team doesn't get the Soul.
Looking at how both teams came in, just what lanes were played through, I'd say bottom was pretty big for both here. Svenskeren going down a bit early, Meteos continuing to follow early, and EG, as you were saying, just continued to have that ability to disengage, but the middle of the map has seemed to just be kind of the Mad Max Dome where you don't know who's going to win the fight just yet. Oh my word, more shots over the wall. It seriously is. They're setting it up right here. Ward's encroaching in here from the side of 100 Thieves, so they're going to have the entrance a little bit better. Looks like they may have won the second Ocean Drake themselves, or I should say an Ocean Drake themselves. Drake of the game. Like folks, this is a comp in order that they put together in Champion Select, but the fight after is the Mad Max Dome. Svenskeren goes in, throws down the Lambs Respite. They're going to lose Kumo very fast up top. You can see EG is kind of like reconsidering. They're looking at 100 Thieves saying, which way out? Where's the exit? Bang is slowly moving his way out. Meteos, does he want it? Does he want it? Can't get the undertow to hit.
He's getting
and
healed
now,
up.
Jiizuke's coming back. Like you said, Azael, the catch potential, the ability to keep going. Doesn't matter if he's taking Mystic shots to the face. That's going to be the double big one! Takes 2 down, collateral damage, and that's the shutdown onto Cody Sun.
Nicely done. The beginning of the fight was going the way of 100 Thieves. They're the ones who grabbed the dragon, but these Yuumi heals are coming in clutch for EG in the extended fight, healing back up, allowing Jiizuke to get aggressive and just hitting him with the witness me going in back style.
You saw it. You saw it. The package was filled with spray paint. He used it, and we witnessed. Jiizuke is just, that style has not stopped. It is his. He continues to play it, and the team seems so much more on board, and I'm with it. Love seeing it.
Yeah. I mean, they're doing it at intelligent times, though. That is the thing that I think is so impressive about Jiizuke, is that he can pull off, these crazy packages and everything, but, just like what we saw around that Rift Herald fight, he waited until sleep was used. He's able to identify the key spells that could actually catch him out. If he does go for these aggressive plays, he avoids them or waits for them to be expended, then he goes. And that tells me that he's able to actually really, really analyze these fights at such a high level and do it incredibly fast to know the right time that he can go in to really pick his moment. And he is getting to such a strong point in the game now when he actually completes that Muramena when that does evolve, and it just did now. That plus Triforce, he's building towards a Death Dance. He is going to be fairly tanky when he does have that Death Dance, and he is going to be so damn hard to actually take down with the Yuumi strapped to his back.
And for coming out for Evil Geniuses, you have to say that this is awesome to see, right? This was a team probably arguably with the most momentum besides Cloud9, and they still find it here starting in the summer split. A little back and forth in the early game, let the junglers figure out what's going on, get some input, hit 6, hit the fight, start throwing haymakers. Kumo here on the bot side now against Ssumday. We'll see the team start to collapse. Who can do it better as everybody congregates on the bot side here? Evil Genius is going to have the 3-2. Just a bit of a ways away as Ryoma is the final chapter. Does tag Ssumday. Horn coming through. Going to lock up only one, but he's not even under the turret as Jiizuke gets away from the turret aggro. Zoomies from the Yuumis, and Kumo's going to have that right now as he tries to take down Ryoma. Oh, Lamb's Spike comes down. These fights are lasting forever, and it's not going to be in favor of 100 Thieves. Or is it? Kumo comes up with the Darkened Blade. There's the follow-up for more Zoomies from the Yuumi, and it's going to be another kill. It's so back and forth, but it looks like they tied the shoelaces together of 100 Thieves at the last moment, and we're able to come out on it.
That's a great collapse again. EG, they're the ones looking for the chase down. They moved first, and you said it best, Riv. The Zoomies from the Yuumis kept up Kumis. They're able to keep the Aatrox alive. It is these extended fights where EG is coming out on top, and it looks kind of funny when you first see the level 14 Ssumday running away from the level 12 Kumo, but you realize the collapse is just coming in so quickly. Jiizuke has been very fast on the rotations, getting sped up, by Zeyzal playing the Yuumi. And this combo is going to become unstoppable. He has the Athenes now, and is such a critical item for Yuumi because you hit those Qs constantly throughout the fight, and then you're getting these really, large heals, these big boosts from that Athenes on every single time you're dropping those E's, as long as you're connecting with your Qs. And Zeyzal's been doing a great job of that so far.
Set up around Dragon. They have 50 seconds for that Ocean that has changed our Rift. Adding a bit more foliage. And now we will see if they can get another one to get to a point. Fighting it might be really tough at this point.
Yeah, I mean, I think both teams have got to go for it. I think there's really no option because, EG, it does feel like, is taking more and more of an advantage in these fights. COrki is only going to get stronger and stronger and stronger throughout the game, right? This is an incredibly powerful late game champion. I do think that Jiizuke waited too long, though, and he's potentially not going to be able to reset before the fight. He should have a lot of gold on him. Hasn't been back to base in a long time. And it's now 10 seconds on this Ocean Dragon, so he's going to have to TP back if he wants to actually be around, and this is going to give priority, to set up first 400 Thieves, and they're going to be the ones who have vision down. They're going to be the ones who are looking for poke in this potential Ocean Soul fight. EG's got to stop them here, and Kumo is actually snuck in. He is sitting in this brush. I don't think they know he's there. They may have spotted him walking down, but they don't know exactly where he is, and he is going to pop out now.
Yeah, they just saw him for a moment. It's going to be a pincer move here. 100 Thieves right in the middle. It's the dome. Azael. Can they get the fight out? It's going to be unstoppable for Meteos, but he goes down immediately, damaged towards the Bramble Pit. Jiizuke low. It doesn't look like they're going to get out of this one alive, and he does get hit.
Cody got him.
Cody Sun hitting the shots that he needs to hit, and he's going to go forward on the bang. No, he plays it safe, knowing Kumo's behind, and now Kumo's starting to come around from the backside. They're going to have to rethink this fight on the side. 100 Thieves, and it is just such a mess when it starts. Lamb's Respite keeping some alive, breaking off with the displacement of some of these abilities, and then you see Meteos going down immediately. Ryoma follows, and it's a 2-for-2 overall.
They're going to TP in. They're going to keep this going here. Both those DPS do have TP. Ssumday has arrived. They know they want to fight for this, but they're getting kited out.
Cody Sun, can he make the shots happen here? Just missing a few of the W's as he gets himself into position. And he still has the Arcane Shift to keep himself safe here. Cannot get any procs off. He just continues the Mystic shots. The fight's touch and go. Looks like the Drake may not be 100 Thieves just yet, but like you said, they do not want to give up the chance for that soul point on Drake. The comp will be able to stay up forever, throw poke forever, and beat an Evil Genius's face. That's what Evil Geniuses is fighting against right now and trying to stop with this Drake. Cody Sun up front. Ryoma with the paddle stars, trying to throw out even more as Jiizuke's getting blue as fast as he can to spit out missiles. Finally has it, his resources are up, and he is now trying to get into the fight with his team. They've set up, scaring each other, eyes are in the whites, I should say, of their eyes. And now at 25 minutes in, Kumo on the backside. Ryoma keeping him at bay. Stunt's going to be here. Depth charge is not up for him just yet. He's got about 10 seconds left on it to throw out a big hit. Jiizuke gets caught up by the Volcanic Rupture a moment, and now it's up to the front line. Stunt and Ssumday could have the ultimates ready. Jiizuke, no package, so he's not going all the way in. But this fight has been going on already. Tempting Dragon for at least 40 seconds. Big rockets coming out, only 3 in charge for Jiizuke.
For the flank.
Keep an eye under that bottom. Svenskeren's going to be in the pit. This means they're tempting the Drake. And here comes Kumo from behind 100 Thieves. Ryoma goes down immediately. Stunt's going to be low, and he tries to get back into Lamb's Respite, and he makes the perfect step, so he stays alive. EG is in the pit, though. They're able to swarm down on 100 Thieves. Cody Sun's getting hit up. Kumo just misses going over the wall with Darkened Blade. And Ssumday is going to have to retreat as well. EG says, no Drake for us. We're going for Baron. We are getting the objectives. What a fight, Azael. That was back and forth for so long.
That was like 5 minutes straight of fights, non-stop, respawn, run it back, go again, and it's not going to stop yet. Ssumday and Cody Sun know they've got to try to prevent this Baron, but I don't think they're going to be able to do it. Svenskeren's got another charge of Smite. He should be able to secure this for the team.
Cody Sun with no shot over. Jiizuke turns immediately. Baron is going to be grabbed by Svenskeren, and they are making their way to safety on the side of Evil Geniuses. They plotted out. The master plan has come to be Baron in their hands. Now they head back to their evil lair before they come back.
Very well done by EG.
Yeah, we'll see what they can do.
Yeah, I mean, so much of that came down to the fact that Svenskeren had the ultimate available. You can use that ultimate to actually immune your opponent's smite on the dragon, and that's what it looked like he did in that fight. You drop the Lamb's Respite when the dragon gets low. You try to anticipate your opponent's smite coming through. Meteos didn't have smite for when that ult expires. You drop it, and your opponent is going to win that smite fight, and that was just so well done. And now Ryoma going to get chased down here.
No way! You have to remember the speed, the distance they can cover together in final chapters. Reach. Ryoma forgot for just a moment. With even flash up, he goes down.
It's just an aggressive chase there from EG. They know how powerful they are right now with this COrki Yuumi. You know, the flash, the Valkyrie, everything to chase down onto Ryoma, who didn't see them coming from over that wall. And this could actually just be a death push here. I don't know if they can deal with EG at this point in the game.
First turret's going to be going down quite fast. Nexus is just past this inhibitor, and straight down the middle is not the way you usually see it. The sides usually get broken for a bit of distraction. Do EG have the strength to do it right now? They may. They reconsider and possibly giving over too many kills in the event.
Yeah, they don't want to take anything too recklessly and go for any sort of big risk. I do think they're in such a strong point that there's not really any answer for Jiizuke at this point in the game, but you know, this is how you make it a sure thing. Go around to the side lanes, clear up the towers, get the extra gold in your squad, because they do scale very, very well. we'll see if 100 Thieves can find any sort of major poke to engage off of, because really that's what it's relying on now. Yuumi has so much healing, so if you're not consistently landing the Ezreal and Zoe poke to get people low, you cannot use your hard engage from the Ornn, from the Nautilus, and this Olaf flying in, and it just feels like EG has played it better. They've played it very smart, and they're closing in on a second inhib here.
Kumo trying to tempt with the stopwatch. He gets himself to safety. He's able to charge over the wall there with a dash. Ryoma looking for shots from the side, trying to get the backline. Hitting the front doesn't do much for him, so you see him going from the side, trying to hit these different angles with Battlestar. And here's the second inhibitor going down now in favor of Evil Geniuses. Method to their madness coming through as they go one by one. The last one to push is bot. They have quite a bit of work to do in pruning that wave and getting it back up there. But we'll see if they can keep the other lanes going, make it happen. With the map pretty much objective free, means they can go to any lane they want.
Yeah, they are looking to be in such a position of control here. The only hope, it feels like, 400 Thieves is you have got to just coin flip at this soul, you know, and it's not going to be a 50-50. It's going to be a lot worse than that for you at this point. We see Jiizuke. I mean, just look at the itemization in the mid lane. There's one item complete for Ryoma. Yeah, he's got a lot of pieces, but there's 4 complete items to 1 on Jiizuke, and he's 3 levels up. It's just not even close. No one can compete with this guy.
Almost has the Flame Horizon. 197 for Ryoma. 272. Oh, look at that.
Casual 5K gold.
Don't worry about it. He knows. Fleet footwork on that COrki as he's flying forward. They know they want to go fast. Airy for Zeyzal on the Yuumi that's usually attached to him. And we have the Guardian Angel from Kumo that's been there kind of wreaking havoc on 100 Thieves' chances to get themselves in. Your inhibitor timers on the bottom left of the map, so you can keep track of those and how it may make EG coordinate themselves into a next attack. We already know they need the bot turret. Figure out see how they're going to get it. Here's a few. 20 seconds on that break. What do they do?
Yeah, it looks like they're just trying to set up heavily for the dragon. You can see Jiizuke pushing in the bot lane. You know, they know that the COrki is going to be pretty safe unless it's a lot of members going down towards him. So as long as you see 3-4 people, you know that Jiizuke is safe to push that. He's going to be pressuring the tower. They're already on the dragon, so 100 Thieves not even going to try to grab this dragon. They know they don't have the vision. They know they don't have the positioning. So at this point, they're just hoping that you can land that perfect Zoe combo, you know, one-shot someone, that you can land enough Ezreal poke to engage off of, but it's going to be an uphill battle, and especially when your opponents are in a pushing position like this, it's very easy for them to keep minions in between you and them, which is going to make it a lot more difficult to hit those mystic shots, to hit those sleeps that they really do need to stand a chance.
Yeah, right? You're Jiizuke, you have an entire base front to walk around and get a different angle as you try to just hit people on the back line with missiles. He's having a great time. Level 17 right now. Highest in the game by quite a bit. 16's chasing on the top side of the map, but he is just feeling good. And that's going to help the team. The confidence for Evil Geniuses to come out as strong as they ended the split is something that you really can't put a value to. You need to know the team's working well, and that will carry.
Yeah, one of the things that is working for 100 Thieves right now is they do obviously have the full kind of suite of Ornn upgrades, and you can see all of the major carries do have that Ornn upgrade already. Only person missing it would be Stunt. So that is pretty nice. There is some additional gold value within their team. And if they can find a pick, then you know it's maybe manageable. And if you find a pick and then you get the dragon, then you're on soul, then maybe you can start scraping your way back into this. But EG has just been playing it out so intelligently, you know, controlling vision on both sides of the map. You can see that they are now setting up for the potential Baron play. And again, it's really, really tough to be face checking into this. Jiizuke is still down on that bottom side. They see all of 100 Thieves pushing out mid lane, so he's just going to threaten the triple inhib. And sure, you can send back Ssumday, but Ssumday can't deal with him alone. You're going to have to send multiple members, which opens up the chance for EG to just rush down a Baron, because he's not the only marksman on the team. They've got 3 of them, and they're going to shred the Baron.
Yeah, top pings are going question mark towards that top inhibitor as he tries to push Jiizuke off the wave. A lot of just split members right now for 100 Thieves. Ryoma second rush with that paddle star. EG knows the fight may be coming in for the moment, and they're fine to kind of play with 100 Thieves, make them not be able to get back to base, stop backs, and let these minions do some work. Teleport.
Oh, he's TP.
Those minions inside the base. They're going to go for the straight end here. Jiizuke goes in the base. Going to have big shots to Triforce on. Here comes the Ornn. This is the Mad Max Dome that EG has just dove into. 200 Thieves has the answer. Can they assess the fight and figure out what the priority targets are? And I don't know. Kumo's huge. Stunt's not doing the damage. There's no follow-up as Meteos is still running into the base, and Ssumday can't deliver it himself with Cody Sun throwing pies over his shoulder. Lamb's spike goes down so they can stay a little bit longer in front of the turret. Evil Genius is getting knocked out quite hard there, and they are going to be able to take down Meteos on 100 Thieves. Now Ssumday falls, the Nexus falls, turret falls, and now the Nexus will go down. EG will find their first victory in the 2020 summer split.
Damn, what a way to end it, Riv. TPing from the bot lane to the Nexus. Jiizuke, they found that opportunity. He TP's in, Kumo TP'd in, the whole squad shows up, and they rush down that Nexus, getting the kills, closing out the game 33 minutes in. EG starting the season off with a bang. You have got to give so much credit to that Zeyzal and Jiizuke combo. They looked so good.
We came into this one not being too hard, but we were saying, where is the engage in this composition? Where's that go button? How do you make
It's Jiizuke.
how do you go forward? Oh, that's right. They have Jiizuke. But to make that happen as well and look at it, they absorbed a lot. With the Kindred ultimate, they were able to say, hey, there's the brunt of 100 Thieves fight. Now let's start to push back because they gave us a go button. So really well executed in that sense of kind of finding what 100 Thieves wanted to do and shutting that down.
Yeah, I mean, 100 Thieves, I think, had a good game plan, but it just kind of fell apart in some of the skirmishes. I felt like EG did a better job collapsing. They were usually the first ones to move. They were more effective with their roams. We saw, even up in that top lane, you have kind of the big star of 100 Thieves, who is Ssumday, but he's playing Ornn. He is kind of more farming it out against Kumo, and Kumo was able to get the push and find an opportunity to TP down to bot lane to find kills, and it was these sort of plays that really did change kind of the trajectory of that game. Because once Jiizuke got going, once he picked up a couple of those kills, there was just no stopping this guy.
And I don't think this game really played out how the early game kind of told us. We had a lot of bottom lane action. We expect to see one of the ADs go off, whether it was Ezreal or Aphelios. And then you forget COrki's there. COrki starts hitting spikes. And I think you mentioned at one point 4 items to something else. Like, once they got scaling
4 items to 1.
4 items to 1. And so, as Captain Flower says, some garage sale items.
Yeah,
it was just almost unstoppable there, and it was good to see that 100 Thieves were still putting up a fight. They were kind of trying to find ways back in. It seemed like they got a little timid on finding a pincer move or getting Ornn to the side. Once Ornn wouldn't be there, I don't blame them. EG would have engaged. But EG also, for them to keep pressuring on that, find a way for the win. They didn't really falter too much, and they knew they had that win and pushed to the next.
Yeah, I mean, it was really nice, honestly. I do think that the Yuumi worked really, really well for EG because it was this poke comp where they were trying to whittle them down, and Yuumi answered a lot of that. It didn't feel like Ryoma ever got strong enough or was able to land enough poke for 100 Thieves to hard engage off of, right? That is the game plan. Whittle them down with Ezreal and the Zoe, right, and then hard engage, utilizing the Ornn, utilizing the Nautilus. But for the most part, they just weren't strong enough, and they didn't hit enough poke to actually get to that point. Jiizuke was winning out on those poke battles. Yuumi was healing them up through the poke that they did land, and then it was usually Jiizuke going forward and cleaning up those fights.
Once we saw the Frozen Gauntlet come out of Cody Sun, I thought there would be a little safety being able to shut down the re-engage coming in from Evil Geniuses, but I always buy that item as well, and I'm just like, why don't they seem to be slowed enough? What's going on? And yeah, they continuously just everybody was in his face. Stunt was trying to peel him off. So seeing that just showed you how determined EG was. Our next game coming up is Fly versus Cloud9. I'm excited. If we're going to continue to see kind of the power teams ended the split with, what are we going to get out of next game? Because FlyQuest was surprising people, and Cloud9 was just first place and on, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's a rematch of the finals, right? Cloud9, I think, was arguably the most dominant split we have ever seen in LCS history. In spring, they crushed everyone in the regular season. They crushed everyone in the playoffs. That does include FlyQuest, but FlyQuest, you know, with that swap over to solo, looked like they were getting stronger, and they hadn't had much time with him at all, you know, in playoffs. They really didn't play much with him in the regular season. So now having this time off, having the off-season practice, you know, preparing for summer, we get to see how high of a level is FlyQuest, because the expectations are actually pretty high for them coming into this split. A lot of people think they're a very solid team with that upgrade in the top lane, that they could compete at the top, and this is going to be a big first test for both these squads.
Absolutely. And as we are taking a pause right here, Pastry is standing by as we get an interview set up, so we're going to be able to hear from the victorious team in just a few minutes as we continue to talk about that victory, our first game of the split, what we've really been seeing. Obviously, the Varus banned out once again. There's not much he's going to be seeing, I believe, in the split. Like I think he said Perks got him at 909. Was that?
It was like 41, 42 bans and 1 pick, and Perks is the only one who got him. Yeah, 909 earlier today.
Yeah, I couldn't remember the KDA immediately. But other than that, I think the first game went as expected when we saw the teams coming in. The poke comp from 100 Thieves didn't really get underway, and when you see a poke comp not get underway, you kind of get taken behind and pushed into your base. So not much they could do there. Next game, I feel like it's going to be tough for FlyQuest overall. 1, you have Blabber in the jungle, and 2, he usually has winning lanes. So that's going to be so tough to start on. I hope FlyQuest is ready to come out picking lanes that can all fight for themselves.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to have to be, right? Because jungle, I think, if anything, is even stronger than it was last split. This is the reigning MVP, Blabber, coming in, and you're saying he's going to be doing even more. He's going to be even stronger, potentially. And that's something that's really, really frightening. And, you know, we heard him talk a lot in spring about what you just referenced, that they almost always have winning lanes, right? That, like, every lane is winning. And if you pick